Man, my heart goes out to the vets. They're so overlooked with a lot of the programs that are offered to people here in America, but they're so important to our freedoms. I'm
You are tapped in to episode 50 of Technically Speaking, where we are giving you news
You can use.
Hey, hey, you know what? We got a repeat offender coming back right now, man. Dr. Poole, welcome back to the show. Thank you for blessing
what
us
up?
with your presence, sir.
Yes, what it do? You
And
guys
then
having a good day today?
Yeah, man, not too bad. Not too bad, man. Ups and downs, man. You know how it is, man. Life be lifing, but
Yeah.
Hey, so before we went live, you were talking about something that was going on here that relates to our first topic here in Texas. You was talking about something about Elon Musk owning a lot of land out here. Well, can you repeat that?
Yeah, so Texas actually they hold 22% of the GDP. That's the gross domestic production of the entire United States because of our oil and gas industry here, because we have a booming economy. Well, Elon Musk just bought a bunch of land here. He is trying to build his Starbase here for SpaceX, I believe, which is going to be good, because whether or not you like Elon Musk or not, you have to admire that he's willing to buy the land. Somebody has to pay for that, and if it's going to be him, why not it be him? And that bring in jobs to the economy. What's up, Corey?
What
That brings
up?
jobs to the
What's
economy,
going on?
allowing engineers, scientists, data engineers, everybody from all walks of life to be able to go in and support the type of work that he's doing at SpaceX. So whether you love him or hate him, doesn't matter. If he's providing jobs for the economy, he should get a check in the box for that on his side.
Yeah, man, and yeah, he's been like taking over Texas, man. Cause
In a good way.
Yeah. So I mean, and with that being said, so Starbase officially became its own city last week. They held a vote down there. I don't know if it's still Boca Chica. It used to be Boca Chica, Texas. Now it's Starbase. It's Starbase, Boca Chica, Texas. I don't know how that works. But
I got a question.
Go ahead.
What's up, my people?
What up?
Popping fashionably late, you know what I mean? In true Hollywood style. Like I said, Corey was on his way to a Hollywood meeting right now. Not a Diddy party. We had to make Diddy started his trial today, but you're not going to be a witness, are you?
Guilty.
No.
You're going to be on that jury. It's going to be a 2-year jury.
Nah, I'm good.
Corey, blink twice if you're on the jury.
You know what I'm saying? Show your face on the camera if you are.
I know, that's what makes it funny, because he could be blinking and you never know.
Nah, man.
Blink if you keep hearing sounds in your ear saying, take that.
Take that. Nah, but real quick, I wanted to jump on because you know what I'm saying. I had some questions.
What up? What's popping?
But you know what I'm saying, Mayor Musk, right? Mayor Musk. That's what's gonna happen, right?
You think so?
Of course.
Why not?
He is. He bought the city. He owned the city. So why not become the mayor?
He literally owns the city.
I think that man is extremely busy.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know if he has time to be playing mayor. I think we should just leave that to politicians and him just continue to be the investor that we all need for these areas of Texas to be built up.
I mean,
the question is,
go ahead, Corey.
So you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna be brief because I know I'm in traffic and I don't want the feed to go bad. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Think about it like this. I'm gonna give you a real low level, you know what I'm saying, look at it. When you play Monopoly, right? And you bought all those pieces on the board, you pretty much controlled everything.
Oh yeah. Yup.
So it actually says that most of the people that live in that city in Cameron County are actually mostly 212 of his SpaceX employees. and they
Yeah.
help vote for it.
Yeah.
I got a question.
He's following the process. Is what it looks like. Go ahead, Dr. Poole.
I'm wondering about his city, if it's going to be like completely separate, or if it's going to be like run by federal.
Because they're
Like,
your people.
is he going to have his own police department? Is he going to have his own fire department? Is he going to, or is it just going to be local stuff? Because I'm picturing like that movie Oppenheimer, where homeboy built his own little city and stuff, brought his people in,
I remember
and he
that.
was responsible for governing all of it.
Yeah.
So is it going to be like that?
All good questions. I think. Yeah, probably. Actually, I think I read somewhere that they were planning on having their own like police and everything that a city would have. So you'll have Starbase PD, baby.
Yeah, right. SBPD, huh?
Technically speaking, prides itself on giving you news that you can use. If we truly don't know something or are unsure, I would like to not be able to jump to conclusions. We can make some assumptions, but not jump to conclusions because we don't know yet. Let's continue.
What are those police uniforms going to look like?
And let's.
I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna be.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna be. They're gonna save money by instead of the police force, they're gonna what? They're gonna hire
mercenaries.
Elon Musk bot. The bus bot. The Musk bot.
Hey,
That's
we couldn't
terrifying.
get him in the White House, but we're gonna put him on Starbase. Hey, you know what? He might be onto something there, man. He might
City
be
run by robots.
I don't know, man. It's so I think look, Creative Native had said something earlier, and we were talking about how Elon Musk is buying a bunch of land here in Texas because he got stuff not just down there. The new Starbase. He also has a bunch of land on the outskirts of Austin. In Austin, he's all over Texas, man. But Creative Native made a good point. Buy the land and level it equals jobs. Good point. Now I know one of the what I was gonna say was he's the perfect example of he with the gold writes the rules. So he's living proof of that, man. So he got the gold. He got the people that casted the votes to make it his own city. But one of the terms that I learned when we were getting ready to talk about this topic was a company town. And people are worried about that because people are afraid that he might have too much control. Like, let's say if you piss the man off and maybe you end up with no electricity, you know what I mean? Just because you got on his bad side. I mean, stuff happens, man. What y'all think about that? The concern of someone owning a company now.
Yo, I'm about to break off real quick because I got to get the directions to where we're going. But in the meantime, between time, let me know what y'all think about Mayor Musk running the show.
Mayor Musk. All right, man. Be safe out there, man.
For sure. Love y'all.
Yeah,
Right.
peace, bro.
Safe.
Drive safe, man. The traffic.
What do y'all think about those concerns that people have about it being a company town? Because it's essentially a corporate-owned town.
It pretty much is. He's leaving it to, I guess there's a general manager, Catherine Leaders or Loaders, and she's the one who's helping, I guess, run everything. So schooling, all of the
Healthcare,
electricity, water, anything having to do with the upkeep and general management of the folks that live there, I'm guessing. Remember, we live in a free society. If you don't want to work for Elon Musk, you don't have to. Somebody else will jump in those shoes and go take care of their family and make good money doing it.
A good point. So I wonder, is the people living in Starbase, is it just going to be the people working there?
Yep.
That's the intent. Like, if you don't work at Starbase, you don't live at Starbase. Is that how this works?
But I think there's already been models of this that we have to look at. Like, you could look at big corporations that buy big compounds and the people pretty much live there, like Google or something like that, where they buy huge acres and they just develop pretty much their own like little infrastructure there. I also think it's like exactly what Oppenheimer did when he got funded to build his own little city so that they could do all the nuclear testing and building the nuclear bomb. They brought all the workers in, all the scientists in. They brought in cooks. They had cars. They had a little civilization within this small city border. And I think that's exactly what it's going to be like. It's going to be probably closed off to the majority of civilians. It'll be a private sector. You probably need a badge to get through the gate, like an army base.
You
It'll
do,
be like an
because
army base.
what he's going to be doing there, it's he's going to be, I guess, maneuvering into his contract with the Department of Defense and NASA. They're trying to get people on Mars. In fact, is what his overall goal is. And so I would imagine.
Now, to your point, go ahead. Sorry.
You would it would probably be like a military base, is what I'm assuming, right? We have like our PX, we have our grocery store, we have a movie theater and a bowling alley. You're going to have like MWR, your morale, welfare, recreation type of deal. It would be essentially like a military base. You would need a cat card or some sort of form of ID in order to get on the base, assuming that you have like need to know. And
that's what I just said. It's like we drove by. We were going to San Diego, and we drove by that Camp Pendleton, and it, like on the one side they have like their own little city up there in their own little town, you know. And there's no reason why they would ever need to leave that area, you know, unless they, you know.
Yeah. You know what? Funny you bringing that up. I went there about 3 years ago, man, to help the Marine contract officers do some certified federal contract management training. Lived there my whole life until I left in the military. Dude, that it was beautiful. It had its own private beach. Yeah, man.
Just driving past it, I'm like, wow, this is a really beautiful stretch of land right here, man.
Pendleton?
Yeah, and they had like both sides of the freeway had like dorms. Like, are they dorms? I guess they're like dorms, probably.
No, it was beautiful, and it was even a cabana on the private beach, right there at Pendleton. So So I get your point. Now, speaking of beaches, I know there's a lot of concern because a lot of the locals that grew up there generations, and even some of like the local Native American communities are kind of concerned, because some on the Native American side, some people did express concerns that, you know, the sacred land is being, you know, tampered with yet again. And then just the other locals are concerned that they won't be able to visit the beaches whenever they want to, because now they're still, they haven't made the final decision on who's going to have the power to shut the beach down, or whether it's going to be Cameron County or Starbase City. So that's still up in there right now. That authority is still with Cameron County.
Have you guys ever driven past that?
I've been close. The closest I've been was South Padre. South Padre is like, I don't know, how far is South Padre from Boca Chica?
It's like, from here it's like 5 or 6 hours.
No, from Boca Chica, because Boca Chica is like south of South Padre.
Yeah, because I thought that was like in the McAllen area.
Is it like all barren out there, nothing out there? So it's just open land?
To what I understand, yeah, because I think it's a like.
Oh yeah, because it's like right near Monterey.
It's like the southernmost tip of Texas before you.
Oh, it's like 20 minutes from South Padre.
From South Padre, yeah.
It's like that. Yeah, it's like that southern tip. I mean, you're damn near in Matamoros. You're in Mexico.
You're basically in Mexico, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but nah, I see both sides, man. I see both sides. I definitely felt that. I felt that when I heard some of the Native Americans express their grief. It's like, damn it, it's happening again, right? So I definitely
feel bad for the beaches. Like, the beach access sucks, but if it's just, I never understood when you have undeveloped land and there's nothing there, and there's an opportunity to create something, why not create something? It seems like we're stifling progress, you know, to save land that you're not doing anything with. It's just probably dirt. I'd imagine it's probably a lot of dirt, just all dirt.
It is. I definitely appreciate the concern of maybe like, because there's a lot of pollution, you know, all the jet fuel and stuff like that. It's going somewhere. So I don't know if that beach, how long will it be before that beach is somewhere you can continue to visit? I don't know. I don't know, because I like being able to go to a nice beach now. You go to a beach that hasn't been tampered, it'll be clean and whatnot. So I see both sides, and because I do appreciate the jobs. I don't know how many of people from the local community was able to get those jobs, because I know a lot of the expertise that he needed for SpaceX I think they were imported from different parts of the country, different parts of the world. So I don't know if it benefited the local Cameron County community to get those jobs. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, but maybe the benefit comes from the tax dollars from the people that are working those jobs. So,
yep, there you go.
That can be the benefit. So, does it create jobs? Yes. I don't know how many local people got those jobs, but it benefits taxes. You know, so it's so many different angles to look at this thing, man. Let me see what they're talking about on IG. Creative Native said if Elon is as dumb as AOC says he is as dumb as AOC says he is, he'll make everything self-efficient and off the grid energy wise and gas. And then he said business up front and party in the back. Good point, because once you have a successful launch, you got the beach right there turning up. Hey, Starbase. Starbase. You know what? I'm sold, baby. Let's
I gotta tell you.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, man, if the EPA ever had a right to jump in somewhere and say, hey, this is going to destroy the air quality, that would probably be a prime situation where it's like, all right, you're building another place where you're shooting off rockets. This is going to destroy our atmosphere, yada, yada, yada. Right?
I don't think they have the power they used to have under this administration, just to be honest.
So you know, to be a little extra honest with you, Elon is choosing to stay in the United States. I know he's a U.S. citizen, but that doesn't necessarily mean he has allegiance to the United States. He could take this company, this business with SpaceX, and go plant it on some other beach somewhere, like in Mexico, and pay even much less for taxes or upkeep.
I think that at the end of the day, it's business. I don't know if the Mexican government is spending that money like DOD and NASA, man. I mean, let's just keeping it 100. You know what I mean? I don't know if they got those type of programs, because let's just keep it 100%. A lot of that funding is coming from Department of Defense and NASA, so, which those were other concerns that I read about. Some people were like, the guy that cut a lot of federal spending is actually getting a lot of that federal budget. So irony, just saying, to send people to Mars. I don't know how crucial that is to national defense. I don't know. I don't know. I know we have to have a presence in space. I know that. I know
celebrities need a presence in space.
Say what now?
Give me a break.
More celebrities need a presence in space.
Give me an effing break.
So, and I'm
sorry. I watch a lot of
so the Earth
television.
is round, is what I'm understanding.
Is it? It can't be parallel.
Well,
parallel to the ground.
Let me present you something real quick. Let's touch real quick. Staying in the Starbase area. Let me tell you two things. One of them is from a biblical perspective. Can I tell you that a lot of Christians don't believe that our bodies will survive out of the atmosphere, regardless of if we're inside of a vessel. So a lot of people believe we never went to the moon. We've never been to outer space. A lot of people don't believe that our bodies can transfer out. So the idea of Musk wanting to go to Mars and stuff, it's out there. It's out there. I'm not against him doing it if he has a will and a vision to do that and the money for it. More power to you, I guess. It's interesting. Second question: do you believe there's aliens?
I believe there's organisms. I don't know if there's actual aliens though.
I believe we're aliens. We're aliens to another planet somewhere else out there in the galaxy or universe. It's a big, vast universe that we don't know much about. I think it would be kind of vain to think we're the only ones that exist.
Do you think it's wild to believe that we know more about space than we do our own Earth? There's so much stuff that hasn't been uncovered here on Earth. We can only go so far underwater. Can't go any further because our machines, they combust.
Do we know more about Earth? I don't know.
We do. I've researched it. We know more about space than we do our own planet, because we can't get to certain depths. We don't have the technology to take us to certain depths to be able to see what that looks like.
There might be some aliens down there that we don't know about. I've seen.
Hey, y'all stop playing around.
I follow a YouTube guy.
There you go. Say it.
Stop playing around. I don't want none of that up here. Leave that juju right there wherever.
Hey, finish that thought, Dr. Poole.
Nah, just there's this one YouTube guy I see. He does like a little animated science thing where it takes this astronaut and they put him in like different planets and what they would experience as they would, and it's like one of those little AI things. So it's everything a human would experience as it was going through the atmosphere of each of the different planets in our own solar system. And as he was explaining some of the chemicals and stuff that are based on some of the planets, especially like the vapor planets like Jupiter and Saturn that are like all gaseous, planets, that there are particular organisms that could live within those particular atmospheres, because it creates water and storms, electrical storms, and electrical particles can charge other weird shit. So I think for sure there's organisms out there. Like if a comet were to land on, or like, meteor, there could be like little organisms that are getting into Earth. And if there were other aliens, I wouldn't be surprised either. But man, are they going to have 2 legs and 2 eyes like us, or are they going to be some type of creepy animal?
Who knows? We might be the creepy animals to them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right?
But I definitely see the need for what Elon Musk is doing, just big picture. We got Space Force, you know what I mean? Space Force was created for a reason. So, I mean, we need to maintain that. First, we needed land dominance. Then we needed air dominance. Then we needed cyberspace dominance. Now we need to dominate space. It is what it is, man. We can't let the adversaries get that advantage over us in the space domain. So I'm rocking with what he's doing down there. Cause I'm pretty sure most of his DoD dollars that are coming, because Creative Native said it's definitely about that government funding. So those DoD dollars, I know it will probably be supporting Space Force. Because we can't let them adversaries get over on us, man. So we got to dominate space, man. And he also said, Creative Native said that only 5% of the ocean has been explored. So good point. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff down there that we just don't know about.
Keep that megalodon where he belongs.
Hey, yeah. What did you say?
Keep that megalodon where it belongs.
I don't even know what that is.
A shark. Right, like a shark or something.
It's like a massive shark that was, I guess, when dinosaurs roamed the earth and stuff.
Oh.
In my personal opinion, dinosaurs were created during creation. So to me, they died during the flood. But how can you flood, right, something when they already live in the water? What are the chances that these creatures still exist?
We don't know. They probably don't know. Man, the humans are here. I'm out. But I think what we're talking about here is just Elon Musk is about his business, right? And in order to get Starbase to be his own city, he had to have a hell of a pitch. So when you have a good pitch, man, you could do the damn thing. So the reason why Dr. Poole came back, because he's continuing our series on business 101, sales 101, and he wants to talk to our family and community about how to nail your pitch, man. So Dr. Poole, man, the floor is yours, man. What you got to talk about, man?
Man, we're going to get into the introduction of a pitch. It should be very fast because it's super easy. It's pretty much kind of the important part of the sales pitch because this is where the conversation is created. But there's basically 3 tools that you want to try and focus on remembering when you're getting ready to interact and engage in a conversation. One, you want to try and smile, so you could present a positive image about yourself. You want to maintain eye contact so that there's a level of trust that's built within the conversation. And you want to have enthusiasm. You want to try and be excited about what it is that you're doing. And if you're able to, combine those 3 things within the first 2 seconds of a, hey, how you doing? It'll be able to give you more opportunities to be able to talk to people, not just in sales, but, in life too. If you could picture yourself in a situation where you're just going up and talking to somebody and they look like they're just, mad and angry. And you get that feeling like, oh, I kind of don't even want to talk to this guy, So you want to make sure that if you're getting ready to talk to someone, especially if you're going to try and sell them someone, you want to try and come off as positive as possible. You want to smile big. If you don't smile big, at least crack a little half smile or something that just lets a complete stranger know that it's a safe environment that's about to happen,
Nah, good point, man. And this helps me, man. When Dr. Poole said, hey, he wanted to do this series on, sales 101, business 101, it was right when I found out I was about to go back into sales and government contracting. So what he's saying is for real. I just did my first practice pitch maybe a couple of weeks ago. I got some fine tuning because it had been 2 years since I've been out the sales game, was back in cybersecurity. So I wasn't able to work on my chops, man. And when I was thrown to the wolves, boy, my team let me have it. Like because it's tough, man. Like and they were being a mock like business that I had to pitch to, right? And I felt that, boy. But I think to your point, man, coming in with that smile, I think it kind of like makes them drop their defenses a bit, right? A little bit. It doesn't work with everybody because sometimes you get a tough crowd, man. Like how would you advise people that need to make a pitch to get past those people that just they won't budge? Like you come in with that smile and they're just like,
man, what you want?
2 things. One, don't run away because we live in a prejudgmental society. So people are always prejudging the situation. Even the person who's going to initiate the conversation in the pitch has got a little prejudgment in their head too. How am I going to be perceived talking to the stranger? So even if you do say, hey, hi to somebody, you're smiling, you got your enthusiasm, and they kind of shut you down or they're in a negative mood, I wouldn't just completely walk away from that because you never know what they could be experiencing. You know, maybe they're having a hard day or something, and they won't necessarily shut you down. What you need to do in that situation is just adjust your pitch after the introduction. Like when you go into your short story, which is the next step, you want to try and kind of adapt to the environment and the situation. You know, if someone's giving you a dirty look, you're like, hey, how you doing? And they don't answer you, you know, try one more time. Hey, you know, we're doing a huge special today, you know, and if they still don't acknowledge you, just be like, all right, fine, have a nice day. But if they just are a little standoffish at first and like, hey, how you doing? And they're just kind of looking at you like, go into the first short story, you know, hey, I'm doing and then fill in the blank. You know, if you're doing technical stuff, hey, I'm just doing a technical survey for a government contract and I'm supposed to, you know, or you're doing sales or something like that, you know, and you knock on somebody's door trying to do a home improvement sales and they open the door and they look at you kind of like, oh, and you're like, hey, how you doing? You know, you just be like, we're just supposed to stop by and talk to everybody, tell them we're in the neighborhood and we're doing this crazy special, you know, and once you get past that short story, if they don't want to hear you, they'll tell you like, oh, no, I'm not interested. Or it could be worse. It could be nicer, but they'll let you know that they don't want you wasting their time. But to just walk away from someone because they're not as positive as you getting ready to start the conversation, you could be walking away from the sale because some people just have a tough posterior, you know, like if someone's approaching me in sales, I'm not smiling when they're walking up to me. I'm like, all right, what are you selling? Let's hear your pitch, you know, like, and I try and critique them because I know the sales game. So I was like, all right. And it's weird because a lot of people do that. They'll say hi to someone and they'll just get ignored and then they'll just kind of, or they'll see someone walking and they have a scowl on their face and they won't approach them at all. They'll just completely, you know, pass them thinking they don't want to be bothered, you know, but they could just have natural frown face, you know, where
resting bitch face.
Yeah, there you go. Resting angry
you
face,
ain't want to say
you know? I don't know what YouTube is going to censor, but
we've already been in YouTube jail. I'm not scared.
Yeah. You know, they got that don't fuck with me look like, hey, man. I would go to some tough neighborhoods, you know, like South Central LA, East LA, where it's tough people. And you would think to walk by those guys with tattoos and gangbangers because you don't want to get sweated. But they actually kind of respect the dude in the hustle. But I would warn you, make sure you lock your cars if you're doing marketing and advertising with merch, because I did get my shit broken into in Linux one time. And it was not fun because I had to pay for all that merchandise.
Ooh, damn it, boy.
So, you say,
now, be safe. Safety first for real. Creative Native said, no doesn't mean no when pitching. It just means not at this second. Good point. Because a lot of people run away from those no's, man. And there's a book. I got over. Jeb Blunt has a book called Objections, and he has a lot of advice in there on how to get past objections when you get them. I'm due for a refresher because it's been a minute. But no, that's helpful, man, because again, I'm still, you know, getting that rust off so I could get out there and make the sales I need to make for my team. Now, it's interesting that you said, man, like some people just kind of have like that standoffish like presence. So like I try not to, because we came up together. Corey and I talked about, you know, how we used to slang candy back in the day. You know what I mean? We'll re-up, get more candy, slang it, right? So and so many different hustles, man, ever since then. But because I appreciate the hustle, I'll at least hear someone out. Like on my way home today, someone called. And I think it was about some home improvement stuff. And I'm like, I'm not just gonna hang up on them. That's what I normally do. But I'm like, I'll hear you out. And he went through his whole pitch, and he was like, yeah, man. So I think he thought I was in Fontana or something, because I still got a Cali area code. I'm like, dude, I'm in Texas, dog. But I mean, he was like, no worries, man. I'm gonna make sure I update your records. No one else bothers you. But just respect. You know what I mean? I get it that he has to make the phone call. And if it was in Texas, maybe that's how I ended up with solar panels. Someone came through, caught me on the right day. I'm like, you know what? I actually want some solar panels, man. Like,
you know, like, another thing too for the sales. A lot of people, they do no soliciting signs so that they're not bothered by people doing sales at all. You know, but I would still knock on their doors, you know, and I would kill their negative with a positive, like, hey, listen, I saw your no soliciting sign, but I'm supposed to pitch everybody and I can't skip any businesses, but we're doing a crazy promotion. You want to check it out? And then, you know, you kind of just do a quick pitch out there and you're not even supposed to be soliciting them. Sometimes they'll hear you know, or you're carrying something that they have their eye on, you know, but because they had a sign that said, hey, you're not supposed to sell here, you would probably skip that store or corporation, you know.
What's up, Bobby?
I was just thinking about when I was younger, we would y'all remember, I don't know if y'all ever did this. Did y'all school ever give y'all like a magazine for people to buy stuff off of?
Yeah.
Well, I remember I was doing door-to-door stuff because my dad was like, go out to the neighborhood and go sell, right? The stuff inside. And some of the stuff, it wasn't expensive. It was basic stuff. Jewelry for your kids, you know, chocolate, cookies, all sorts of like little knickknacks. And I went to this one house and it had a no soliciting sign on it. I was 10. I didn't know what no soliciting meant.
Me neither.
So I knocked on the door, and I kid you not, I got the nastiest white man came to the door and he was nasty to me. And I remember like crying because I told my dad I didn't know what this meant, but I still knocked on his door, and he was like, "Can't you read?
Yeah,
don't you know what
angry.
this means? Get off of my like." He was nasty, and I was a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, hey, because potential customers are like that, man.
It's the law of average, you know.
Every time I see that no soliciting sign, it always takes me back to that memory for some reason.
Got a little bit of sales trauma right there, huh?
I'm like, screw you. You don't need my product anyway.
I've been called some dirty names before. I've been called the N-word by people before.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, that's not fun. You got to take it and go, though. You know, like, all right, have a nice day.
Yep,
sorry your day is, you know, kind of be sarcastic. Sorry you're having such a bad day, man. Hope it gets better. You know?
Yeah. I believe the term is one more call. You just got to make one more call. You got to keep going, man. Because, hey, man, people are buying. You either going to catch them on the right day or not. If not, like you said, the law of averages. That was the first sales 101 lesson you gave us. You got to use the law of averages. And Danny said, hello, friends. What up, Danny? What part of the world you at right now, man? I be following Danny on IG, man. She was in France recently. Surprise there, huh?
Nice.
No surprise there.
You. Creative Native said that MF would have got the 90s treatment, TP and eggs. I remember that. Damn. Fortunately, I never got the TP and eggs treatment. Thank goodness. But that used to go hard back in the 90s. She said she's back in New York, man. Well, welcome back home, man. But I will say this, man. You gotta take the swing, man, because that's how I ended up with a Kirby. I mean, when it like, because I long story short, I lost
two Kirby's.
There you go. Hey, man. Hey, there's no vacuum out there better than the Kirby, man. And you can't go to the store and buy one.
I love the heck out of my Kirby, man. I'll tell you what.
I love my Kirby, man.
I love my Kirby.
Hey, that young lady showed up. Man, you ain't even got to give me the pitch. Come in, do the demo so I get my free vacuum before I buy this thing.
Not even, you know how they got me?
Vacuum my house real quick.
They got me on the Kirby Avalier 2 is what it's called. This thing went from being a vacuum cleaner to a carpet shampooer. And I was like,
Yup.
yeah, man, you got me with it, but it's pretty good. I got no complaints.
Love my Kirby. Like I've never made a purchase from a door-to-door salesperson that I regretted. Never.
Good stuff, huh?
Hey man, yeah, heck yeah. I never bought the knives because I'm just cheap. I just go to Walmart, but
well, you know, the good thing about knives is they make great gifts. So you could just put it in your closet, store it for a birthday or a holiday that comes up, and boom, you got it in your closet already.
Over at the PX on
I got 3 of them left in the car. You want to go ahead and take my last 3, or you just want the one?
Because that's another door-to-door. What was it? Cutlery or what's the brand?
Yeah,
Cutco.
Okay.
Man, I got a big Cutco knife that I had gotten. You know what? I was in Maryland, and just recently when I went for my course and stuff, and I went to Fort Meade, and I went inside the PX, and sure enough, there was a guy there doing Cutco stuff. And I was like, hey, let me check out these knives. They look nice. Yo, I cut myself. It hurt so much. I bought 3 of them, bro. I bought 3 of them. And I told him too. I was like, well, I'm kind of worried about buying them, and then I'm gonna end up, because I'm not from here. I'm from Texas. He goes, that's okay. Let me get your address, and I'll go ahead and send you your 3. So by the time you get home, your Cutco knives will already be there, so you can't use them while you're here. But sure, my knives were here when I got home.
I like that, man. I respect a good sales professional, man. Did he smile?
He did good. He was fantastic. His name is Andrew Quatity, and he ended up sending me a Facebook friend request, and he checks in every once in a while. Said, how you liking your knives? Did you get that Band-Aid I sent you? No lie. He sent me a Band-Aid.
Now that's some good selling right there,
he's
man.
He's good, but the knives are expensive. So, I was only able to buy 3. Maybe I'll get another, like a set or something, but they're legit.
I might have to upgrade. Hey, that's what's up though, man. So he run through the steps again for the intro. You said definitely smile. What else, Dr. Pro?
You want to have enthusiasm. And you want to maintain eye contact. Maintain eye contact.
Did he smile? Have enthusiasm? Maintain eye contact?
He did. Had a great personality, and he was easy to talk to.
Yep, you can break down barriers, by being positive. Can you believe it?
You don't say.
It's still, so let me ask you this. If you don't mind me asking, how much did you spend on those 3 knives total?
A little over $500.
And the reason why I asked that is because a smile, enthusiasm, and eye contact was
my husband watching this?
$5 sale.
Sorry, Al. Babe. It was a one-time purchase.
I didn't mean to put you on blast like that. My bad. Hey, we got a question from Danny. She said, does Kirby have the one that rolls around on the floor? I don't know, but if they ever
rolls around on the floor,
like
the automatic ones.
I tell you what, one of the things that they sold me on were their attachments, because in my old house I had stairs that were carpeted and I had some dogs. Right, I only had 2. I didn't have some. I had 2 dogs, but they had this really cool round attachment that had several little round scrubbies inside of it, and it was meant to catch all the dog and pet hair.
Yeah,
that thing was wild, man. Yeah. It was good on the stairs.
Yeah, I don't know, but if they ever come up with that, I want one. Like
my Eureka has one. My great Eureka vacuum.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? If Kirby could move over to like the Roomba game and get me a Kirby style like little vacuum that kind of rolls around and stuff, similar to, I don't know if that's what you mean, Danny.
I think that's what you mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So one of them little vacuums, man. Kirby.
Now I'm saying they come out with a like a Roomba version of the Kirby. It's on like hey, Father's Day, like birthday, like Christmas. That's on my list, man. Because hey, I stand by those Kirby products. A Creative Native said Pamper Chef be getting him.
Pamper Chef be getting me too, dog.
Oh, man. Yeah, we used to do a knife set. It was a 40-piece knife set. They sell for like cheap, $40. We used to take them out and sell them for $10, man. I would sell cases of those things to people.
Of the
like Pamper Chef?
Nah, there were some cheap knockoffs called Gourmet Traditions. That's why you get a
And
40-piece set for only $10.
Pampered Chef is real stuff, though. I have not come, and I still use their tools at least 3 or 4 times a week because I do a lot of cooking and stuff. So the Pampered Chef stuff stays in my kitchen, and it is good quality stuff.
Hey, drop the bomb on Pampered Chef, because even Danny said Pampered Chef gets everybody. He said he got the manual brand, manually mopping and sweeping. I don't know what that is.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Pampered Chef, hey, they be doing the damn thing. So again, one more time, if you need to get out there and do you a pitch, and you know what? Another reason why I asked him to come share this, because all you so-called wannabe entrepreneurs out there, when you want to start a business, what you need to understand, business is just sales. You got to sell something to somebody, whether if it's a product or a service, but you need to use these good sales tips, which is we want to get this out there to you because it's crazy. I hear so many people that want to run their own business, but then I also hear a lot of those same people that don't want to do sales. So it's like, how you gonna do a business if you don't want to do sales? But
it's not the product. You know, you're not selling a product, you're selling yourself.
Ooh.
If they like you, they'll buy anything from you. If they don't like you, they're not going to buy anything. You could have exactly what they want. If you got a shitty attitude, they're not going to buy it from you. You got a shitty attitude.
No, that's true.
Good point. They are not buying the product. They are buying you. So if they don't like you, they not going to buy it. Hey, man. Good point. Hey, thanks again. That's gold right there, man. That's gold right there, man. If you got some youngins in your family, man, that think they want to start their own business, have them watch this section right here, man. Speaking of which, if you on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, man. Just leave a comment, share that thing, man, because Dr. Pooh was giving out that gold, man. We doing this for a reason. News you can use now. Switching it up. We got to get into our veteran section right here. We got a couple of veterans online, man. So what I want to talk about, man, is the VA terminating the Veteran Affairs Service and Purchase Program. You're probably like, what is that? I'm gonna tell you. So that was a program the VA had that would help veterans that ran into some issues paying their mortgages. Essentially, this program would basically allow the VA to buy their mortgage and drop the rate down to 2.5% to kind of ease that burden, so veterans didn't get foreclosed on their house and get kicked out their house. So with all the cuts that came down, that's one of the programs that unfortunately got cut. I wanted to bring that to the crew and kind of get what's your thoughts on that. So go ahead, family.
I didn't even know that the VA had a program like that.
Yeah, I mean, 17,000 veterans actually took advantage of that. It hasn't even been out a full year. It's been 10 months. It came out last year.
Well, maybe that's
probably why you didn't.
It was like seems very new.
And it was.
Very new.
It was, but it's gone now, unfortunately. But what's your thoughts on that as far as taking that program away from veterans that might need to use it?
I mean, obviously it's not good. I think anything with the VA needs to be left alone for sure. Because if there's programs out there for the veterans, because people are often thinking, just like for active duty folks, you're like, oh, okay, you get a check the 1st and 15th of the month. You shouldn't be struggling financially because you get a specific paycheck. That ain't true. That ain't true at all. And definitely a lot of veterans come into issues where we all struggle financially. Those programs are put in place for help, for resources. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. What you think about that, Dr. Poole?
Man, my heart goes out to the vets. They're so overlooked with a lot of the programs that are offered to people here in America, but they're so important to our freedoms. You know, I hope that it's something that gets brought to more national light so that they can make some changes. But because I've never served for the military, I'm not sure exactly what all they get. If it's like just like a Social Security type thing where they're getting payments, is that how it is? Like it's just a monthly check or something that they're losing out on, or
no? So what it is? So if you when you get out, right? One of the selling points of joining the military was being able to get a VA loan, right? So this program was like an add-on, if you will, to the VA loan, to where if you ran into some hardships, the VA would buy your mortgage. You know how they buy and sell mortgages all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They would buy it. and then drop the interest rate down to 2.5% just to try to make it easier for you to pay your mortgage, so you don't get foreclosed and get evicted essentially. So that's what the program was. And Danny made a good point. So true. Not everyone gets a check. So not everyone retires from the military to get, that retirement check. Not everyone gets a VA disability rating, right? That's something that Bobby's kind of been, fighting a good fight. She was just sharing that earlier, right? So if you get out the military, you serve your country, and you do want that help, this might not be the best thing to take that away. I'm with Bobby. I feel like anything related to veterans, you should not touch that, especially when we're living in an age where a lot of the branches are having a hard time meeting their recruitment numbers. That doesn't help. If news gets out there that, hey, you know what, this little program we have for you for a little bit, nah, you ain't gonna get that no more. I don't know if that's gonna help with these recruitment numbers, man. I don't know, man. It's to Bobby's point, man. You may or may not be well off in the military, most likely not, because a lot of people don't realize when you first come in, dude, you make breadcrumbs.
So a lot of the homeless crisis in California, a lot of them are vets, and they're supposed to be getting funding so that they can be placing these vets in housing communities, but I don't know where they're spending the money, because there's no new buildings that are being built specifically for the veterans who have already lost their house here in Los Angeles County alone. So I think it's wrong. You need to give as much funding to particular groups, and that's one of them.
I think the veterans should take precedence over anybody else.
Yeah, they stepped up and put you guys stepped up and put your lives on the line for us. We should be able to step up and put our tax dollars in on the line for you guys. Especially if we're gonna be putting, money for other particular groups of people, and forget about our vets. That's not cool.
Not cool at all, man. Not cool at all. Now I know there's a lot of people lobbying to get legislation to stop that from being canceled. So more to come on that. Danny said she heard that the retirement benefits has changed. They did. Well, I know they did. They did change. The original retirement plan was you get 50% of your last 3 pay. So whatever your last 3 pay rate was, you'll get half of that. At the normal enlisted rate. If you stay in, I think like 25 years, it gets higher, like 60%.
It sounds like Social Security.
It's somewhat like that. But then you get more if you're an officer. So I didn't know that. Had I known that the officers get such good retirement, I probably would have went to school, got my degree first, and then became an officer. I didn't know that. You don't know what you know. You know where we came from, Dr. Pooh. I was just trying to get in. So
sometimes you need advice, someone to tell you, hey, this is how it is.
Hey, they get a lot better retirement than enlisted, let me tell you.
That's like an extra 12 years though, right? For those who go like full time.
Their enlistments are done different thing than typical enlistment.
Yeah, it's different. But they definitely got that pay. I'll tell you what, if I could do it all over again, I would have been officer. I would have got committed. Just that retirement they get. Good. Google it, Moogle it, man. But Creative Native said Galvin Noose. Hold on, wait a minute. Gavin Newsome doesn't know where the $1.2 billion went. That is unfortunate, man. That I don't know, but I will say
he said that. He said that on TV.
He said that? California.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's great.
He's trying to cover what he's doing right now is the cover your ass tactic, where he's trying to get ahead of all that stuff that is being exposed on him by taking the opposite viewpoint now. He's trying to go against the grain for those Democratic Party viewpoints. And it's see-through, it's totally see-through.
Shouldn't we want to know, right? As American citizens, think about it. Don't you want to know where our taxpayer money goes? There's all these people getting pissed off at Doge for finding out all these things, all this money for years being laundered to the U.S. government. Shouldn't we want this? Shouldn't we want the house to be clean? No matter how dirty it is. You got the dirty chonas in the corner looking at you for the last 27 years. They need to be washed. Like, we should want to know where the money's going, but here you got people over here pissed off that the Department of Government Efficiency is going in and fishing around. Mind you, Elon has chosen to step alongside President Donald Trump in doing this. Donald Trump is not collecting a paycheck. He is working solely for free for the American people. Not one other president in the United States history has ever done that. No.
Nah,
here he is on his second term.
I definitely, I'm for transparency, man. Where that money go, man? Because if we had that transparency, he might know what happened to $1.2 billion. Just saying.
We need transparency. I think we deserve that.
And then
people deserve that.
And then, because then now, when that happens, when you don't have the transparency, you lose $1.2 billion. Maybe that could have helped the veterans not be homeless. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, y'all need to tighten up. Y'all definitely need to tighten up. Now, I will say this: there was news I saw recently that the California economy is the fourth largest economy in the whole world. So it's kind of like,
you want to hear some other stats? We're number 48 out of the 50 states on the education level. And so, like, for where we're at economy wise compared to where we're at education level wise is astronomical. Because we're so wealthy, but we are producing some of the dumbest fucking children that are coming out of America right now.
When did that happen? When did that happen?
Which part?
The education went down so bad, man. It wasn't that bad when we went to school. I don't think I turned out that bad.
I think it has to do with the school boards and the way the school boards are controlling the way a lot of these unified school districts are ran. Now, I don't know a lot of the details into school districts and zoning and all of that good stuff, but for my level of education, what I received during the 90s, I was able to graduate, and they had that program where you could still kind of pass a person. You're supposed to like pass people. You can't hold people back or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so it's it's expanded now 25, 30 years later. And these kids, like I see these kids on these YouTube shows, and they can't name 3 countries. That you ask them to name 5 presidents that weren't presidents in the last 30 years, and they're stupid. They can't tell you 3 countries, man, and it blows my mind.
I remember seeing that. They were over here holding up signs. This guy was talking to them at a protest, and they were talking about them being oppressed. And he was asking them about naming 3 other countries that they've been to aside from the United States. Not only could they not name one, but they hadn't been one. So you've been nowhere else, but you just live here in America, and you think you're oppressed?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I watched this guy named Myron Gaines and Fresh and Fit, and he has a lot of young people on his show. Every young person I see on this man's show is stupid as hell.
Man, it's not just in Cali, man. I see it here in Texas too, man. That the education is just, I'm just like, what are they teaching y'all? But I've seen that to where they just pass the kids, man.
Aside from California, ever since COVID, people have been just making an excuse to not teach our kids or train them on skills in life. Everybody wants to be the yes man. Nobody wants to be the bad guy. And you're setting up your kids for failure if they can't. They're over here throwing tantrums for not being able to accept things that may not fit with their knowledge.
Yeah, nah, for real. That's bad here, man. Because you got kids, man, that are like. Actually, I saw an article recently. I think a young lady that graduated recently here in Texas. Someone who graduated, I think, was suing a school district because they passed her and she can't even read.
Wow. They took that money though.
Yeah, they sure did. And I seen some of that too when I was in the workforce development space, man. I'm like, ooh, okay, this is what y'all doing with this grant money? Okay.
It's corruption.
It is, man. It is. And even in that nonprofit world, man, it's dog eat dog, man. I done seen some of these nonprofits because the schools here are nonprofit. That's how a lot of them work here in Texas. or San Antonio. I can't speak for all of Texas, but I done seen some grimy stuff, dog. And it's like, hey, y'all supposed to be here for these kids. You get the money, but you're not making sure these kids are ready, man. So
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's hurting people's viewpoints on teachers and them continuing to ask for more money too. Like, I'm all in support of teachers and them being paid well, but if you're teaching in a school district where you're not graduating any students, or your students can't read at a efficient level, you shouldn't be paid more money for that, in my viewpoint. And the more it's being exposed, the more I think people like me are starting to be like, man, it's my tax dollars that they keep asking for, but my children aren't as educated as they could be.
This is a great topic. I'll tell you why. So let's give you some news that you can use. Senate Bill 2 just got passed here in the state of Texas. And then we just had another House bill passed that was signed by Governor Greg Abbott this last Saturday. And it's giving Texas parents school choice, which is great. So if you're living in a district, which would have benefited me growing up, because just because we're living in a district that's a lower performing district, I don't have to succumb to going to schools in that district based off their performance. If my parents want to put me in a school on the other side of town, they're willing to drive me. Now I have the opportunity to go to a better school elsewhere.
That's cool.
So you're no longer limited. Almost. You're no longer limited to that district, which is great. And another thing that's going to help out parents, if you didn't know, starting the new budget September 1st, 2025, going into 2026, Texas is now offering school vouchers, which helps out families like us. Our children go to private school. I'm not going to say I pay an arm and a leg, but I have my priorities, and my priorities are my children's education. I think every parent's priority should be their children's education.
Yep.
And so because of that, we don't make tons of money, but I'm able to maneuver and discipline my finances enough to ensure that our kids have a healthy education. My daughter, who just turned 6 this weekend, is already reading at a first grade level, and you're not seeing that in public school. You're not. I have a friend whose kid is in 4th grade, and her mind, she's not dumb, but her mind is just elsewhere. She could care less about wanting to read. She want to know what the next YouTube star is coming up, what that looks like. And just basic education is just not being encouraged and stuff. But here in Texas, thankfully, we have school choice now. And now we're getting vouchers where they're going to be offering $10,000 per student, and it can be applied to a private school. That would be a blessing.
Per semester year, or not semester?
No, per student.
Per student.
Yes, it's going to be a
per year, or
per student per year.
Okay, that's big. I might have to look into that. Hold on now, because I'm paying
a voucher program that you're going to have to apply for. My husband and I were looking at it last night because we were trying to figure out where we can maneuver some of our finances to help give us a little bit more disposable income. But I told him that obviously taking out the children's education, that's not even going to be a topic of discussion.
Thank you for that. That's news I can use, because I need to look into that, because I'm paying right now. We just put my youngest one in preschool, and it's private school, but I mean, I'm feeling it. On the pockets is feeling it, boy. Ooh, the pockets is feeling it. You know what I mean? I had to cancel a lot of summer plans, but her being able to make sure she's on track with her education was more important. So I'm gonna be looking out for that. So hey, thank you for that, for real.
Starting September 1st. So to squash the conversation last night, he was like, well, why do we gotta wait till you get to work tomorrow? Let's just look it up right now. So he pulled out his iPad, got up, pulled out his iPad.
Hey, that's how
He and I both brought up Senate Bill 2 when we were reading what it outlines together, because we thought it was $10,000 per family, but it's not. It's $10,000 per student, which is really good. And basically, you have to apply for the program.
Yeah.
I don't know how the program is going to do it, but I think they're putting $1 billion into like a pot for this. And so because of that, it's just going to, I guess, be the first come, first serve. But it's also going to go to, I think, based off of it's like 500% of a poverty rate. So even wealthier families can still benefit from it, but it's going to be your more lower and middle class income families like us who are probably really going to benefit from the most. So they're going to go based off of that. So get your application in September 1st, 2025.
I'm on that.
For the voucher program. I know I'm going to be putting in for it too. Any little help.
Oh,
And
straight
getting
up.
the girls, school paid for would be just a huge blessing. Huge blessing. And so,
Nah, for real.
Yes, you guys set the example for the rest of the country, please.
Hey, we'll
Be
keep.
that shining light.
Oh yeah. Hey,
imagine if every parent invested into their child like that.
good
Well,
point.
charter
Imagine
schools are
Good
kind of
point.
different.
the changes we would see in our communities and our culture if we put those family values and instilled those good, you know, that love, that family love was put back into the home and people invested into their children. The changes.
You know, it gets back to this, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna keep saying parents need to fucking parent, man.
Right.
It takes work, it takes energy, yes, but that's what you're supposed to do. You lay down with that person, made these kids, make sure that damn kid could read, man. Like,
Yeah.
damn, yeah, for real, man. Like, it's you did the do. Now step up to the plate, make sure these kids are ready for society, man. Because then you get and Creative Native made a point. He said, as a recreational coach for football and softball, these kids are very uneducated on both sides, boys and girls. He said he's heard of dumb it down, but these kids are ages 10 and 14 and can't read or comprehend simple words, but know how to twerk and swear like sailors. I'm with you on that, man, because I'm constantly correcting my daughter's friends, to teenage friends, like, hey, don't be talking like that over here. You know what I mean? But can you pass that SAT?
SAT? What is it, SAT? They don't even know what that is. Is that even required anymore?
They'll probably be like San Antonio Airport.
Yeah.
No.
SAT, what, Saturday? I don't know. What are we doing Saturday?
Nah, good point, man. But you know
our kids don't take the STAR test like they do here in Texas. Our little ones, they take the SAT. So Mercy took the SAT this last month for the first time. And that's
you still take the SAT for college too, right? They
do, but in private school they take the Stanford Achievement Test. And it shows where they are on a scale of where they're supposed to be based off the education they're receiving. And so Grace has always done very, very well. Mercy's done very well.
That's the class that they teach the adult school kids too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when I graduated, I was still able to get my diploma graduating on time, but I had to go through the adult school program and I had to take that GED test, which is based off of that standard that she just said. Mm-hmm. That was the curriculum.
Yo.
What?
Creative Native said they ain't smart. SAT to them means sit. Like I sat, like, damn.
Oh my God.
Man. But you know what, though? We definitely need to do a better job with education overall, because if we're going to bring jobs back here to America, man, they need to be smart enough to read instructions, you know, even if things get automated, and we have more AI bots, robots, whatever, the jobs are going to be the ones that's the engineers that are repairing the robots. But if you can't read the instructions on how to repair the robots, how are you gonna make money, man? How are we gonna thrive if the kids can't read, man? Like, it's crazy, man. But you know, there's another skill they need to have on top of the academic skills, the book knowledge. They need to have good social skills, right? And we're gonna close this out with our parenting topic of the week. And Bobby wanted to talk about teaching kids quality over quantity when it comes to relationships. What's that about, man?
I love hitting these parenting topics because as a parent to 5 girls and 1 boy, I'm going to bring a different perspective to you all, and I would hope that you heed my words, because these come from a place of everyday life and just a little bit of wisdom. Right now, we're living in a culture where people are always chasing that clout. They're like, man, check this out. I got 50,000 subscribers. I got all these friends. That's great, but when we're looking at the quality versus the quantity of the individual, how many of those 50,000 subscribers do you know you could personally call and they got your back? They've seen you through struggles. They're holding your hand. They're watching you go through life. They're praying for you. They're lifting you up. They're motivating you, helping to keep you on track and focused when the waters get muddy. How many people can you lean on? We focus on, how many subscribers we have, how many followers we have, but at the end of the day, you don't have somebody you can truly lean on. If you're hurting, what does it all mean? It's for nothing. It's all for naught. And the whole idea, when I was talking to Geronimo about this on Saturday, I was so excited because I was telling him I love this because I grew up being bullied. I didn't have no friends, but I get to spend the rest of my life having friends
Yeah.
and being and getting friends. I have 1,000 friends on Facebook. That might sound great, but I have 3 to 4 people in my circle that I can lean on, where I know for a fact I can call them day or night, and they'll be there to help see me through something that's going to be difficult in life. I'm not talking about family, I'm talking about friends, people who are not blood, but are still family. And the quality of having good friends, but the quality of being a good friend. If you don't have nobody to be that good friend to, only way you could change the world is to step into those shoes of what being a good friend looks like.
Nah, for real.
Friend. You begin to show the light. You begin to show the love to others.
Uh-oh. You still here? I think
Technical
we're both kind of blinked out. Technical speaking is having some technical difficulty. Nah, but good, man.
Keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Your kids are rolling in circles, and we tell our kids all the time, you are exactly who your friends are. You can't be rolling in a circle full of thugs and you tell me you ain't out here trying to thug with them.
Good point.
You can't.
Good point.
You can't do it.
Yep.
Show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are.
Exactly.
Right?
The quality of your life, man, is based on the quality of your friends. You and the quality decisions, right? Those decisions also apply to the friends. And to your point, Donald, I've known Donald for 29 years now, man. I met him a year after I met Corey. So, and we've been cool. I mean, there's been some years, gaps here and there, just because life be life, and I was in the military, stuff like that. But we reconnected, man, and there's a circle of us. We were talking about that. That stay connected, man. And shout out to y'all. Danny comes on here, man. Met her for you gotta just have that quality, man. But to your point though, man, you can't just expect people to be your friend, but you gotta be there for them too. That's kind of something I've been seeing lacking. With the youth is they want to take, but I don't know if the message has been really instilled in a lot of your youth where you got to give too, man. What you think about that, Dr. Poole?
Well, I think that they've lost this next generation lost the ability to compromise. And if you don't agree with their viewpoint, then you don't matter to them whatsoever. And if you're someone who's close to them, they've shown that they'll cut you off. They'll find a new group that will agree with everything that they say and how they view life. And because of that, there's always going to be new segregations created. And we'll never be able to heal if we can't get to a point to where two people with two different opinions can still respect each other after a conversation has been had. And unfortunately, without physical discipline, I think, with a lot of the young people, that gives them too much. I don't want to say lack of fear for authority, but the lack of respect for a person who's older than a younger person is just completely gone. You know, when I was raised supposed to say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and even if that was the minimum of your courtesy towards somebody, then it's nice. But nowadays, I don't know anybody who I could have a conversation with who is stern in a belief that I don't believe in, and be able to come to a compromise at the end. We, even if it's family, like I love my mom and we'll always differ on politics. Our love outweighs our love for politics, but we can't have a conversation about politics at all because it's no acceptance almost on either side, and until we're able to get past that as a society, man, we're going to be stuck in this rut of going to the group that likes you the best and get your participation trophy for tagging along with what everyone else is saying.
Yeah.
You said it perfect. They're not wanting to compromise.
Yeah.
They're not wanting to find that common ground.
Yeah. And that common ground can also be agree to disagree. I don't have to agree with you. But everything's still okay. You know what I mean? I don't agree with Bobby all the time, but she's still my friend. When she give me the invite, I'm coming through. You know what I mean? Yeah. She has good functions and she's good peoples, man. We don't have to agree on everything. Creative Native made a damn good point.
Let's hear it.
This new generation is about validation with none to return. So they want all the validation, but they don't want to reciprocate. Basically, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that lack of reciprocity, man. And I think to pass the message to help them is you can't just be the only one taking that validation, but you got to give it too, man. Like reach that hand out, man. If someone failed, pick them up, man. If someone needs a ear, to listen to them, shoulder to lean on, man, you gotta offer that too. You can't just be accepting it all the time, man. Because it relationships are a two-way street, man. You gotta be able to give and receive that love, man. And that's excellent point, Creative Native. Excellent point. What else can we do to help these kids understand the importance of having that quality over that quantity?
Setting the example in our own lives, making sure that like my daughters see that the people that I bring around, that I hang out with, are people who are of quality, that they have not just value, but that their morals align with the things that we're talking about here in the house. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go straight from the church to go hit up people up at the club who are stripping on the side, and you got people pimping somebody out over here doing drugs. That is the exact opposite. It's one of the worst, ironic, hypocritical things you could do, is to talk about value and quality and go hang out with people who just need that.
Nah, for real. What tips can you give to you, Dr. Poole?
Let's see. So I guess the best advice, I don't know, honestly. I'm probably not the best example to give advice to young people. I mean, I feel like if I could share what not to do in life in order to save themselves some trouble, I could do that.
Need to know what not to do. So
here's the consequences. Here's what the consequences are going to be if you decide to do this way. I think really it's just about communication. Probably it's just how much communication is there between people, and is there is the parent a dominant parent, or is the parent a parent that lets the child be dominant? And I think we have if we had a lot more dominant parents in there, and then these kids would be a little bit wiser. But
are you saying I'm a dominant parent?
Yeah, I think both of you guys are. You guys set rules and boundaries. You don't allow your children to do particular things. Like, here's an example. Like, I'm dating a girl. She's got a couple kids. And I noticed a couple times I've heard her kids like use a curse word, right? And so I was having dinner with her and her family, and I thought it would be an opportune time to bring up the fact that I remember the first time I used a curse word around my mom, she shoved a bar of soap down my mouth, and I never cursed around my mother again. To this day, I still have a hard time cursing around my mother, and I won't do it. And so I was able to share that story with the youth, and they got a chuckle out of it, but hopefully they I don't know if it's going to do anything. Me saying this might get me in trouble. I hope it doesn't get me in trouble, but
you passing on that wisdom, Unc. Hey, you Unc now.
Yeah, I mean, I got beat as a child, and I think it helped me a little bit.
I was in the same boat.
I got whoopings, and it made me. I don't want to say fear, because it's not like I was afraid, but it made me aware that there are consequences for my actions.
There's a certain level of respect that you have to have. I'm a type A personality, so I'm expecting.
And you give it too.
Yeah.
And you give it. Yeah, so I mean, you gotta give to get. You know what I mean? You gotta give to get. So that's been what this journey has taught me. And Creative Native said, lead by example, show them you can be valued and still value others. So that's really what we got to continue as a community, man. We got to teach the kids that, man. I had something that related to what you was talking about, man. But I lost it. Damn it.
I was gonna tell you that I do a lot of couponing. I love doing coupons, man. I love couponing at like 3 to 4 different places, and I have a lot of stuff in like my home that I coupon. However, I'm not a selfish person. I coupon specifically to bless people. And so when I'm building blessings box for a family, I get information on how many members are inside this family, how many little ones do we have.
Nice.
So I build a blessings box for this family based off of how many people are in it. I don't just do it. I have my children help pick out stuff for this family. If you were in these shoes, what kind of things could you see would benefit you inside this box? And so the kids are grabbing the toilet paper. They got the laundry detergent. We've got the special kids toothbrushes that I buy, from the Dollar General sometimes and stuff to help. So just kind of get you through, because it's not a handout, it's a hand up.
There you go.
We're here to bring the love of Christ to other people, and to be compassionate and caring. My children's names are Grace and Mercy. My hope is that my children will show grace and compassion and bring mercy to a very broken world.
Yeah.
And you can only do that by leading by example.
Yeah. And offline, she was saying if she ever has another kid, she's gonna name her Miracle. There you go. Nah, but good point, man. Actually, you know what? I remember what it was, because I think it really comes down to communication, because you're talking about having good communication to know what's gonna go in that box, right? And when you were talking about that earlier, Donald, about communication, I was thinking, and we're talking about more than just sliding in people's DMs. It needs to be more than just sliding people's DMs, man. Like, I think we're losing the art of that just face-to-face communication, man. We need that back, man. We need it back. But yeah, man, that was good. It definitely pays dividends, man, to invest in quality friends. You know what I mean? Not just having, oh man, everybody loves me because I got 50,000 people on TikTok. I mean, don't get me wrong. We don't mind having that. You know, maybe if we can monetize this thing, but that's not what we're here for, man. That's not what we're here for. Creative Native said, Bobby, San Marino Ranch, a blessing box with shampoo and conditioner, house full of women, 5, and 2 men with long hair. There you go. Boom. You just got a blessing box request right there. Let's go now.
Most of the time, the blessing boxes are local because I personally drop them off. I show up for the family. I pray for them, and we bless them as a family. We don't. If you want to fly me out there, my brother, I will happily build you a blessing box and keep all that stuff in my carry-on.
That's what's up, man. Hey, closed mouths don't get fed. Hey, you know what? I'll leave off with that too. You don't be afraid to ask for help too, because I think a lot of people too, with that validation thing, people feel like they won't get that validation and they're too afraid to ask for help when they need help, man. And I think they don't understand that a lot of people actually enjoy helping. It makes them feel good. That's why you're gonna send Creative Native that blessing box. You know what I mean?
It does. It makes me happy to give to people, because one of the biggest sins I struggle with is pride. I'm like, no, I got this. I'm over here struggling in the dark, and I don't want people to know that I'm struggling. I want you to think that I'm holding it together over here.
There you go. He said, that's to Cali. Now that's what's up, man. No, that was a good one to end off with, man. So some good gold. We skipped the topic, but that'll be for another day, just because that whole school conversation, it had to happen. It came out organically. We needed to hear it. So I appreciate that. Hey, Dr. Poole, appreciate it again. You said you was gonna do a 6-part series. We did 2. So hopefully, we'll get you back soon. Let us know when you come back to do part 3. You know what I mean?
Okay. About a couple of weeks.
Say, I'm with it, man. Hey, our show is your show, man. And I heard that you might be having your own show coming soon. Corey started talking that talk, man. What's
I feel bad because it's one of those things where it's anxiety. It's like I haven't started to acquire the information I need, because I know once I do, it's gonna become more real. And so there's a little bit of anxiety of thinking about like running a whole podcast thing. But
don't be scared.
But I just gotta talk to my boy Corey at Core Entertainment and have him drop that knowledge to me, and I'll be able to at least get started. And
you're blessed to have quality individuals around you who are going to support you and see you through to your mission of being able to get to your podcast.
I see what you did there.
You can do it. You can do it.
Because you have quality over quantity, friends. I see what you did there. That was slick. Nah, man, I'm here for it, man. You got my support once, because you got a lot of stuff to say, man. You need your own show, and you never know. You might say something that someone might need to hear. You know what I mean?
Hey, I've been through a lot.
I've heard that the saying is, you never know who's waiting for you to accomplish their dream, so we can help them accomplish their dream. So just take that one, man. Take that one. Let gonna marinate, man. So yeah, man. Native got some. He said when we put the pool up this summer, Doc going to need to plan a trip to the ranch and show us how to keep it clean. So be ready for that trip to Victorville.
All right. Hey, my truck will make it. I got a new truck a couple years ago, so I can travel.
There you go.
But only for people who I know and like. Otherwise, Victorville, I'd charge you $1,000, man, just for the drive.
You're gonna get that Moreno discount, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Creative Native's gonna hook you up with some food, man.
Oh yeah,
He's
you gonna eat good. Miranda gonna cook for you, man. You're gonna eat good. You're gonna have some good drinks out there too, man. It's gonna go down. But
it's a farm ranch, right? Maybe I could bring I could bring the girl and her kids. They could look at some animals, maybe.
They got goats and I don't know if they got a pig right now, but they normally have a pig to get it ready for the holidays. They got a couple of horses, man. It's a good time out there, man. Some of that desert charm.
All right.
Speaking,
got my link, man. I'll do it for you. No problem, Creative. I got you, bro.
There you go. That's what's up.
Just pay for my gas and give me some food. Pay for my gas, give me some food.
And cleaning pools. Let the folks know what you got for them, man, if they in the LA area, man.
Yes, we're looking to take on 10 accounts. Mondays is best day option if you guys are looking to get any pool work done. If you happen to reach out online, I've been having a couple people reach out and ask questions about just general questions and quotes on and whatnot. And I have no problem giving quotes and stuff, but I just want to put out there that there are particular repairs that I myself don't do. I don't do electrical work and I don't do gas work. So I don't do heater work and I can't program or run wiring to hook up any type of systems for automatic times and whatnot, like setting your filter to turn on and run by itself and whatnot. So you got to get a plumber or an electrician for that, or go through the corporations. But anything that has to do with the pool cleaning, filter cleaning, chemical checking, pool draining, acid washes, high pressure washes, stuff like that, I can do no problem. So you could reach me either through Facebook or Messenger or Instagram at drpool, or Donald Rumpf. You could search me and just add me. Or you could send me an email at donald.rumpf1982@gmail.com, and I'll try and help you out.
Hit them up. If you in LA, in the right parts of the city, hit that dude up and keep that pool clean. You gotta have them pool parties, man. Come on now. Hey. And then Bobby, let them know how you can help folks out here in the Bexar County and surrounding areas.
Sure. So we have a water mitigation business called Patriot Restorations. We are a woman, disabled, veteran-owned small business here in the state of Texas. We service Bexar County, Atascosa, Wilson, Medina, all the surrounding areas around San Antonio. And so if you got broken water pipes, your busted water heater, fridge is leaking, whatever it looks like, you got water damage, give us a call. Let us get you hooked up with your homeowner insurance and make sure that you get it taken care of done right. And remember, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, Cinco de Mayo. Hey, man, I need me a margarita, man. I almost forgot about that, man.
Oh, they're partying next door, man. They're going off. They got the mariachis out there.
Mm-hmm. They're having a carne asada.
Yeah, man, they're grilling out there right now.
I'm hungry, man. Ooh, speaking of margaritas and carne asada, carne guisada, which is very popular here in San Antonio. If you come in here to get some of that, I got a vacation rental called The Gathering Spot. It's 10 minutes from the River Walk. It's close to golf courses. Not that far from Fort Sam, about 20 minutes from Lackland. If you want to get you some Bill Millers, it's not that far from that either, man.
Bill Miller's carne guisada is awesome. Hook. Man, just letting you know, bro, it's off the hook. Like, it's not what you're expecting from a barbecue. I'm picky about mine, too. This shit better be brown and not red.
There you go. And if you need a spot to stay at when you come get that carne guisada, come holler at me, man. Shoot me a message.
Yeah.
Instagram, I'm tech_Von_go. I can shoot you a discount code. And hey, thanks again, brother. Bobby, happy Cinco de Mayo. Everybody, happy Cinco de Mayo. And that is the show for tonight. Y'all have a good week, man. We love y'all.
Love y'all.
Hey, guys.